Nothing reminds me more of the early 2000s like a side part, large hoop earrings, and MAC cosmetics. Except during that time, I was a little bit too young to be wearing MAC cosmetics and also very broke, so I couldn't afford all of the most popular MAC products. And today we're going to be living my childhood dream and putting on some MAC lip combos. These are my personal favorites, but I will also share some honorable mentions for those of you who have maybe a different skin tone than me. As a note, my skin tone is medium to tan in the summer, if you couldn't tell. My undertone is neutral, leaning olive. So if you do have my skin tone, then this is going to help you decide which ones you like the best. For this first combo, I'm going to use Chestnut by MAC, of course, because all of these are going to be MAC. I would describe Chestnut by MAC as a deep neutral brown. For me, it does create a stark contrast between my skin tone and my lip color. The thing with MAC lip liners that I kind of love but I also hate is that they aren't very long wearing. Because it's a wooden pencil, it makes it really creamy and easy to apply on the lips, but the actual texture of the liner is very blendable, which is great, especially if you want a blendable lip liner. But because of that, it does kind of smear and smudge, which isn't my preference, but you can use it to your advantage by using these lip liners as kind of a mixer with your other lipsticks to create a custom shade. On top of Chestnut, I'm going to use one of my favorite current red lipsticks for the autumn season called Paramount. Apparently, this is also the same lipstick that Rachel wore on Friends, so that is why it is a very popular shade. Personally, for me, it's not the fact that Rachel wore it on Friends, it's the fact that it's just this really nice muted bricky red, almost brownish red. Once I apply on the lipstick, I go back in with a little bit more of that Chestnut lip liner just to redefine the lips and blend all of that together. And you can kind of see that because the MAC lip liner is so blendable, it doesn't look as harsh in contrast to the lipstick. Now I'm going to keep these two products on, but we're going to adjust it to make it look more lived in and worn. This is what I like to do when I want kind of that red brownish feel, but I want something more subtle and natural. So apply on Chestnut, apply on Paramount, and we're going to blot the lip. You can keep it like this if you want, and that's going to give you the worn natural look, but I do want a little bit more brown to add that nude and neutralness into the lips. So I'm taking the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick, which is more matte, in the shade Turn to the Left. I'm going to dab this specifically in the center of the lips. After that, I reapply Chestnut by MAC, and so that kind of gives it a more lived in plush vibe. But I'm also going to go in with the NYX Smushy Matte Lip Balm. It's not MAC, but it's drugstore. Apply this in the center just a little bit. Mix the lips together. Wipe off some product on the bottom with a Q-tip. And here you have the perfect reddish brown blurred lip, especially for those of you who are a little bit scared of red lipstick, so you usually blot some of the color away anyways. There you go. For this next lip combo, I'm gonna line my lips with Nightmoth by MAC. I bought this not realizing how this was going to end up becoming one of my favorite lip liners. I saw it all over TikTok, Instagram, and I thought it was really dark, which was kind of the point for autumn, but for some reason I keep reaching for this a lot because sometimes I want more depth. Now, as much as I love this color, I will say because it's so dark, it can get really messy to apply. So you want to be very steady with this color or else it's going to be difficult to clean up because the color is so dark. I'm also going to fill in the inner parts of my lips because the next product that I'm using is a little patchy, so I want to even it out a bit. On top, I'm going to use the MAC Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color in the shade Chestnut. This is basically the same shade as the lip liner, but in a matte lip cream. Now, as much as I love this lip combo and color, I will say that the MAC Powder Kiss lip formula isn't the best in the deeper shades. I love the lip cream texture. It's very blurring, comfortable on the lips, but in darker colors, they will smear if you're not careful and get on your lips if you're not careful. But in terms of the color and the combo, this is what I'm considering my villain Halloween lip combo because it's the darkest shade of lipstick that I own. Now I am someone who loves dark lips and I will be buying more lip colors like this. Now if you want a lip combo that's a little bit more nude but not concealer lips, I'm gonna go in with the shade Chestnut again and just carefully line my lips like usual. I don't really do a lot of overlining. I try to follow the natural lines of my lips. I think I might have a double lip lines, so I personally like to follow where my lips actually are and not the line of my lips, if that makes sense. On top, I'm gonna use the satin lipstick from MAC in the shade Truth Be Untold, which I think is an extremely underrated shade. I have never found a lipstick this color ever before. It's probably one of my favorites. I would describe it as a mid-tone neutral brown. On some skin tones it might come off more cool toned. Next I'm gonna do a little bit more of a softer nude that has slightly more warmth to it. The lip liner I'm gonna use is Cork by MAC. Cork matches really well with my skin tone, except it's a slightly deeper color, so the contrast isn't as stark, which allows the lip combo to be a little bit softer. On top, I'm going to use the MAC Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color in Over the Taupe. When I bought this, I was expecting it to be like a taupey nude, but it's actually more of a soft rosy nude with a peach tone to it. In combination with the Cork lip liner, I feel like this is my version of My Lips But Better, except matte. I personally like to wear this more on natural makeup days or paired with a smoky eye because it is a very light nude combo. I have another nude lip option for you, except this one might give you slightly more concealer lips, so definitely be careful how you wear this. I think this looks the best with like a brown or black grayish smoky eye. So of course we're gonna go in with Chestnut by MAC. This is probably one of my favorite MAC lip liners, as you can tell. I feel like I'm so focused when I'm applying on lip liner, and my lips are a little dry right now, so just to give them some hydration, I'm applying Aquaphor. You don't have to do this, but I have been swatching so many lip products. I need a little hydration. And on top, I'm going to be using the lipstick called Hodgepodge. Now this is a satin lipstick, so it has a little bit of shine to it. By the way, you can also add a little bit of gloss to any of these lip combos if you wanted to, but I'm just going to show you what I have as is because I don't really have MAC lip glosses. This lip combo looks very similar to Chestnut mixed with Truth Be Untold, except it's slightly more cool toned, it's lighter, it's gray, and it gives me that concealer corpsey kind of vibe. The next one I am dreading because I don't like the way this one looks on me, but I do want to share it for those of you who are a bit more cool toned than I am because I think you might like it. We're gonna start with a really cool toned gray defining lip liner. This is Stone by MAC. I personally hate this lip liner on me, and I wish I would have returned it because it is so gray. Okay, it's not my preference, that's for sure. I've tried to make it work in so many different ways, but if you are cool toned, this is going to create that really beautiful natural shadow on your lips. Just on me, the issue is not only that it's too gray or cool tone, but it's also slightly too light for my skin tone personally. So I did find an alternative if you want something slightly darker than Stone by MAC and also longer lasting. This is the Wonder Skin Contour Lip Liner in the shade Cocoa. It's basically Stone by MAC. It's very gray, actually probably more gray now that I look at it, but it's darker. I didn't buy this, they gifted this to me in PR, but I'm so happy I have their lip liners because this formula is extremely long lasting and I have never seen a shade like this before, so highly recommend if that's the color that you're looking for. There's the gray lip liner. I feel like I look crazy, but that's just the process here. On top, to give my lips a little bit of color, I'm gonna put on Over the Taupe. So I blended the crap out of Over the Taupe with the lip liner just to mute down the grayness a bit. But this is what the lip combo looks like. It's basically just achieving the My Lips But Better, and the gray is adding that shadow and that sculpt to the lips, while Over the Taupe is my lip color, but better. Yeah, I really don't find this lip combo that flattering on me. I do think it really depends on the eyeshadow look I'm doing. Probably something more colorful, more smoky, because it does wash me out in a lot of ways, but what this is achieving is a fuller, plumper looking lip. So maybe the gray liner would look better with the gloss, if I'm being honest with you. But as you can tell, my lips look the most plush with this lip combo. I can't deny that. This is the last nude-ish lip combo. So if you want something that's softer and lighter, but you don't want like a cool tone or a neutral or a concealer lip, this is going to give you a little bit more rosiness. So I'm using Plum by MAC, which is ironically, in my opinion, not a plum color. To me, this is more of a rosy pink. The more you darken it up, the more plum it's giving, but on my lips, it doesn't appear like that. On top, if you can't tell, my favorite lip cream shade is called Over the Taupe. I really like this lip combo with the blush I have on today. I think this is what I would recommend if you want more of that fresh face makeup vibe, because it has color. It's bringing life back to your face in comparison to the other nudes I shared with you. But I personally really like it the way that it is. There's something about a matte lip I really like. I just hate how it can be drying. So make sure to moisturize your lips before you do a matte lip. We have 2 more lip combos to go, and I personally think I saved the best for last. I actually just put these together today, and I'm very excited to show them to you because I think I freaking nailed that 2005 Victoria's Secret Angel frosty lip vibe. I'm gonna start with a very gray sculpted lip liner, Stone by MAC, or if you're me, Wonder Skin in the shade Cocoa. Now the trick here is to use the lip liner as a contour. So we are going to blend it out instead of having, like I previously did, a really harsh gray lip liner. Because this is a long-lasting lip liner, I'm only going to do one side at a time and then blend it out, because once it sets, it's not going to blend or move. And if you notice, on the bottom, I'm only going to apply it underneath in the middle here and leave these without lip liner, because I feel like that gives my lips a little bit more fullness. Now you can use any lip gloss you want, any lip balm you want that has kind of that pink clear hue to it, or if you have a MAC lip gloss, throw it back to that. But today I'm using the Rhode Peptide Lip Tint in the shade, what is this in? Toast. I like that this is a muted sheer pink. I really needed this because my lips are so dry. You want to apply enough where it gives plushness to your lips, but you don't want to apply too much where it overtakes your lips. But we're going to finish it off with the classic old frosted lipstick from MAC. This is in the shade Gel, which is a frosted kind of champagne gold. The issue with a lot of frosted or glittery lipsticks in general is that they are so kind of drying. They enhance the texture of your lips really badly. I think there's just something about, it's not even this MAC lipstick in particular, there's just something about a frosted metallic lip that just enhances all of the wrinkles on your lips, which is normal, so keep that in mind. But to prevent my lips from looking like a wrinkly mess, I applied on a gloss underneath. Wow, I freaking nailed it. Woo! Maybe go back in with a little bit more liner. I have tried to achieve this frosty lip look in so many different ways. I even put gel on my bare lips and it never came close to looking like this. I will say though, it definitely washes my face out. So if you have a lighter skin tone or blonde hair, I think this would look impeccable. Even like a honey brown here. This would look impeccable on you. For me, I could totally pull this off if I did more of a smoky defined eye just to give life back to my skin, maybe more bronze color all over the face. I think I need to create a look out of this lip combo right here because, whoa, it's really cool. Out of my comfort zone, but I like it. This is the last lip combo. Again, it gives that Victoria's Secret frosted look, except with slightly more color, maybe more brown skin, tan skin friendly. We're gonna go back to the Plum lip liner. Again, I usually just follow my natural lip line, but for this frosted plump look, I'm going to only apply the lip liner on the bottom and the middle here. And because I had a double lip line on the bottom here, I follow where my natural lip is, not the line of the lip. Go in with your gloss of choice. Any sheer brown gloss or even purple gloss would work really well. This is the Rhode Espresso lip balm. Only a little bit, not too much. Honestly, this lip combo in itself, I would wear this alone. And then to top it off, we're using the Frost lipstick in the shade Plum Dandy, just right in the center. You can apply as much as you want, as little as you want. Oh, gorgeous. And that gives you more like a pinky rosy frost lip, but I'm gonna take it up a notch. Go in with Nightmoth and just very carefully add a little bit of this where your Cupid's bow is and on the bottom. So this is the last lip combo. It's a little bit rosier than the previous one. I added the Nightmoth lip liner, just a touch of it to make it more purple and also give it more depth. That is why I love that lip liner, because it just transforms whatever you pair it with. Let me know in the comments below which lip combo is your favorite on me and which one you would wear on you. As always, I'm gonna link all of the products and the shade names down below. If you found this video helpful, feel free to shop through my affiliate links where I do earn a commission. Of course, always consider your budget, your preferences, and what you already have before you make a purchase. Those links are specifically for those of you who are already shopping for new lip combos or lip products. But if you're someone who wants to revive your love for the products that you already own and be reminded of what you have, then check out my makeup refresh series. I will link the playlist somewhere around here and down below. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I love and appreciate all of your support, especially those of you who watch every single video. Until then, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!